Welcome to Coffee Convo Wednesday. This is Coffee Convo Wednesday for Wednesday, July 8th, 2020, episode 217. I am your host, Cindy Simmons, as I am each and every week, really. This is a show where we're going to talk about 3 topics. We'll be here for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then at the end, I'm going to give you a present because, you know, that's how we roll here on Coffee Convo Wednesday. So grab whatever you're drinking. Give me a first time cheers if this is your first time. If you are coming back, welcome back. Give me a cheers anyway. I'm sporting a new Minnie mug today. Very cute. You want to check it out? Just picked it up at Disney Springs. I'm going to talk about all that in a hot minute. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. If you would, just go ahead and like and click share if you feel so compelled to do so. I would really appreciate any likes or shares. And thank you for being here. A little bit about me. I was born and raised in Los Angeles, California, about 30 minutes away from Disneyland. And now our family lives in Orlando, Florida, about 30 minutes away from Walt Disney World. Speaking of Disney, we have lots of Disney stuff to chat about towards the end of the show today. And I can't wait. So much information and some exciting news too. So thank you for being here. We're a family of 5. It's me, my husband, Eric, who owns an awesome promotional products company called MySmartShirt.com. We have 2 daughters, 14 and 7, and then my 4-time cancer surviving rock star of a Mama Jane lives with us as well. My background is radio. That's what I did for pretty much most of my life, going to different events and being on the radio. And so much fun doing that. We've been doing this show for 4 years now, and I love being with you every single week. I'm also the new host of the Party City podcast. You can go to partycity.com to check that out, or really anywhere you listen to podcasts, Apple or Spreaker, I think it's called. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can check it out. It's kind of exciting. And then I'm also part of the Party City Joy Squad. That's all new. So a couple times a month, if you go to partycity.com, you're going to see like some fun things that I got to do. Like I recently shared our 4th of July front porch video. If you missed that, you can check it out on my YouTube page, or I don't know if it's at partycity.com anymore, but I'll post it here if you didn't get to see it. We did a fun sidewalk chalk thing out in our front yard with my girls. Then we did a backyard barbecue. Lots of fun things that I'm sharing at partycity.com. So thank you for checking that out. I appreciate it. I am so happy that you are here. I do want to say congratulations to Lisa out in Nevada. She won the Target gift card from last week. So cheers, Lisa. And cheers to you for being here. All right, let's get started. I don't know if you, this is not one of the topics. I just have to tell you what has been happening for the last 2 days because it's like crazy town. If you and I are hanging out on Instagram, I would love for you to be there. It's I am Cindy Simmons. But over on Instagram, someone decided to steal all of my photos and videos and then pretend they were me. And they were pretending they were a woman, although I'm pretty sure, I'm convinced it was a bot or a man or a company. And they, I guess, do some trade investment thing. It's one of those scam places where, hey, click on this website and we're doing trade and investing, and then you can, you know, get $1 million if you just give us all your bank information. It's like one of those places. But they took all of my photos and videos and they were pretending they were a mom, and they posted pictures of my kids that I had posted and like, look at my baby. I'm like, that's my baby. You want to see me get crazy town? Because you know that I am all about spreading joy and kindness, but you mess with my family and I will not be spreading anything except you. And so, yeah, I want to just say thank you. Really, the reason I'm telling you about it, because it was so ridiculously stressful and it just sent me over the edge, and I was equal parts like sad about it and equal parts mad about it. And I know it would be easy to say, well, then stop posting pictures of your family, but we're a family, and doing this show is, you know, us spending time together and being a part of my family, which I kind of love. And you guys, a lot of you have grown up with my kids and all of that, but you know, like I never share super personal information like where the girls go to school. I Simmons, that's my name. That's my maiden name. I don't use my real legal last name because I have used Simmons like my whole career. But I understand, like, that's just kind of, the risk that I have to take, or that I chose to take, I should say. But really, the reason I'm telling you, I just wanted to say thank you. You all had my back. I'm not even kidding. I shared on Instagram, then I shared here on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, I didn't share on YouTube, but I shared what happened, and you all were like, hell hath no fury like women on social media scorn. So thank you, women and men. Thank you for having my back. That really just felt so good. They got enough complaints. They finally, I guess, took all the pictures down and whatnot. And so for now, at least it's done. But man, that was so violating. And but man, if I spend too much time telling you how grateful I am, I know I'm going to like Oprah ugly cry, because that was super scary and weird and it's stressful. And it was like 2 days of my life that I'll never get back. So all of that to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for having my back. That was really awesome. So I'm going to give you a cheers before I full on ugly cry. All right, topic number 1 on Coffee Convo Wednesday. Let's talk about Hamilton. I need to know immediately, comment below here, YouTube, wherever you're watching, have you seen it and what did you think? I have a little confession. I thought I was one of the last human beings in the world to see Hamilton. I never went when I lived in Atlanta and saw it. We never saw it here in Orlando. And full-on confession, just getting even more real, I had zero interest in seeing it. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. I wish I could give you a really good reason. Like, there was something about Lin-Manuel Miranda that, I don't know, there was a little bit of like, I felt like he was a little arrogant, which is so weird because I don't know him at all. And usually I try never to be that judgy-wudgy, but there was something about him that just like, I was like, I don't know. Y'all seem like you just think it's the greatest thing ever. And so I just really didn't have this interest in seeing it. And I am embarrassed that I just admitted that. That was just my heart, and I was embarrassed that I felt that way, but I just didn't care. And everyone else was like, Hamilton's the greatest thing ever. And that's so funny to me because I love musicals. Like, Mama Jane weaned me on musicals. Like, weaned me. I grew up, watching musicals. I love musicals. Anytime there's a musical that comes through Orlando, or growing up in Los Angeles or Atlanta, like even Nashville, when I lived in Nashville, that is all I wanted to see. Okay, all of that to say, we finally watched it on Disney Plus as a family the other day. Y'all, I loved it. Oh my goodness, it was so good. Oh my goodness. I 1000% agree that it lived up to the hype. And it was hyped, y'all know, because those ticket prices were not cheap. So if you went, you're like, oh, there's the hype. It was so good. Like, almost every song, by the end of the song, I was like singing along. And then Jonathan Groff, I think is how you say his name, the guy who was on Glee, and then he was the voice of Kristoff in Frozen. I love him, and I didn't know he played the king. So yeah, I love it. I want to get the soundtrack. It was really good. I can't really compare it to anything. I did like The Greatest Showman better, but like I really, really loved The Greatest Showman. And I really liked Hamilton. So I would totally watch it again because I feel like there were parts that, I'm like, I got to do that again. But I laughed, I cried, a little emotional there. But the music is really good. And it is long. It is long. It's an hour and, no, it's an hour. That's not long. 2 hours and 40 minutes. But I loved that my youngest daughter, 7, was totally into it. And my husband liked it. Like, we all agreed, like, okay, we should have given it a chance before it was on Disney Plus because it was really good. I mean, not that I was going to pay $200 to go see it because there's really nothing I would spend that much money on. Maybe to go see Tom Hiddleston, Loki, because you know how much I love him. But yeah, so it was good. Totally loved it. I thought, and then the guy, I can't think of his name now. Darn it, I think he was so cute. He played like the French rapper. No, he didn't play a French rapper. He was like a French rapper, and I can't believe I don't remember what history character he was, but he was in that movie Wonder with Julia Roberts. I think he was in Blackish for a little while. Oh, I can't think of his name, but he was my favorite besides the King, and then him, and now I can't think of it. Good gravy. Anyway, it's really good. So if you have not seen it and you have 2 hours and 40 minutes to spare, I say check it out on Disney Plus. If you have Disney Plus, it was definitely good. But I want to know below if you've seen it, if you have Lafayette, thank you. That's the character's name. If you haven't seen it, if you're planning on seeing it, or you're like I was, So all that to say, I liked Hamilton. I thought it was really good. 2 thumbs up. All right, next up on Coffee Convo Wednesday, I have a really important, not really, question for you. So I love coffee. I love hot coffee. I drink hot coffee when it is 20 degrees. I drink hot coffee when it's 95 degrees. I don't know what it is. I just like hot coffee. So the other day, we were at Disney Springs for a funny story that I think I'm going to save for next week because we have lots to talk about today. But we were at Disney Springs, and my husband and I were doing like a little date morning. And I'm like, I think I'm going to try the hot coffee that I normally get, and I'm going to have it cold. Because Thomas Jefferson, sorry, I keep going back to Hamilton because people are commenting, and yes, David, I don't know. All right, I'm moving on. So I just love the hot coffee, but I decided to try an iced coffee the other day because I thought, all right, we live in Florida, maybe I can get on this iced coffee bandwagon because everyone I know loves iced coffee, and I just don't. So I don't know why I don't. I hadn't tried it in many years. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do my little order. And I asked for it to be iced. Didn't like it. I don't know what it is. There is something about a warm hug in a mug that you all know I love because you know how much I love coffee. But I just don't like it iced. And it was just this same coffee with ice in it. But it's, I think, why I don't like tiramisu. I don't like coffee ice cream. I just want hot coffee. I don't want other things hot. Like I'll take a sip. My mom will get a chai tea latte iced. Is that what the iced chai tea latte? I'll take a sip of that. I'm like, it's good. And my daughter, what does she like? Oh, like the pink drink. I like a pink drink, but I don't want a coffee frozen frappuccino or just an ice. So I wanted to know, if you drink coffee, because I know not, everyone drinks coffee. If you drink coffee, do you prefer it hot? Or do you, why was that so British? Do you prefer it hot? Do you prefer your coffee hot? Do you prefer it hot? Or do you prefer it iced? I don't know why. Isn't that weird? Why do I love hot coffee, but I don't like iced coffee, tiramisu, coffee ice cream? I don't know. I guess I'm asking you because I just want to know if I'm the only wackadoo here. So hot coffee or iced coffee, if you drink coffee at all. If you drink tea, you're like, I can't really answer that. So there you go. Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess you could do iced tea or hot tea, which is funny. I don't like hot tea, but I do like iced tea. It's just something that hit me. All right, I'm digressing here. Finally, on Coffee Convo Wednesday, I have so much Disney stuff to update you on. So I know so many of you, like me, who watch the show are all about some Disney, and I have a good little Disney giveaway for you. So I wanted to talk to you about Walt Disney World in particular, because that's where we are in Orlando, Florida. And Walt Disney World, depending on the day you're watching this, is opening. Well, it's still going to be the same day, but it is opening on Saturday, July 11th. I am going to an annual pass holder preview tomorrow to Magic Kingdom with my family. So I participated in some top secret, can't really tell you all that part, but I got to be a part of a panel of Disney experts that were kind of giving us the 411 on the safety protocols at Walt Disney World. And I'm super interested in this because I really want to preface this by, look, if you don't want to go to Walt Disney World or when Disneyland in California opens, or anywhere really, at the end of the day, anywhere you go is entirely up to you. I always say that here, that I'm going to do me and you can do you. But before I made the leap into deciding that we were going to do the annual pass holders preview tomorrow, I wanted to make sure, like, okay, I want to be safe. I want to make sure our family is safe. We really, if I'm totally just putting it on the table, we've been to Disney Springs. I've taken the kids twice to Disney Springs in the last month and a half, and we have been to Target twice. Other than that, I don't take my kids anywhere. I mean, we do bike rides and we're outside, but meaning like, you know, like that. So of course that's something I'm going to think about. But let's start with Disney Springs. When we went to Disney Springs, you have to wear a mask at all Disney properties now from the ages 2 and up. And I gotta tell you what happened to me when I was at Disney Springs, and I was a little embarrassed, but I was with my friend Michelle from the Main Street Mouse, who's been on the show here, and I contribute to the mainstreetmouse.com. In fact, lots of breaking news happening with Disney today, so you can go to the mainstreetmouse.com to check that out. But she and I both took our kids, and we went and just had like a little cup of coffee. So we sat off to the side, there was no one around us, and you can take your mask down to eat or drink. So I took it down, we had our coffee, and then we got up to go meet up with the kids, and as we were walking, I threw my coffee cup away and then forgot to pull up my mask because I had it dangling around my neck. So a very nice gentleman at Disney Springs was like, "Excuse me, miss, I'm gonna need you to pull that up." And I'm like, looking at him like, "What are you talking about?" I was so embarrassed, like, oh my goodness, I'm that person. I'm Karen, you know, like everyone talks about. I'm just kidding. Poor Karen. I know if you're named Karen, I hate that that's like that name. But I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I just drank coffee and threw my thing away and forgot to pull it up. But I loved that they were on me. So I was embarrassed, but I was like, yeah, Disney Springs, that's right. You're making sure we're safe. I know that there's a lot of debate about the mask wearing, and that's not what this is about, because, you know, when you go to someone's house, if that's their rule, that's their rule. So I wanted to like kind of really learn a lot about what they're doing at Walt Disney World. So I have a lot of information I want to give you because I feel it's important to share this with you, because I get direct messages on Instagram and Facebook from you asking me, okay, so I need you to tell me the truth. Like, we want to go to Walt Disney World in, you know, September, October, November, December. So come on, give me the scoop. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going? And so I just want to be honest with you. Yes, we're going to go. And we're going to go because we choose to wear masks. Again, it's not a debate here. I just want to tell you what they're doing at Walt Disney World. So the chief medical officer, Dr. Pam, as they call her, who has been a part of Disney for, I don't know, like a bazillion years. She was kind of just updating us along with all of the people who work for Walt Disney World, the chief operating officers and all those people. Dr. Pam and the people at Disney were talking about what they are doing, and that they have had this really thoughtful and methodical approach to this entire situation. So in my head, I'm like, yeah, okay, so Disney, you know, they're going to spend some money to figure this situation out so that we can all be safe, because they want their cast members to be safe. They want our, you know, the guests to be safe. So they have done their homework, is what I'm saying. So they're super hyper focused on health and safety, cleaning and disinfecting, technology solutions like new technology, cast member training and workplace safety, also working together with us, you know, educating us, communicating with the guests, and engaging with us so that they can get feedback. What can they do better, differently, or whatever? And you know, the truth is too, we have to do our part. We have to wear our masks. You have to hand wash, you have to hand sanitize, and you have to not go anywhere if you have a fever or you're showing symptoms of being sick or you're just sick. Don't go anywhere. So we have to do our part as well. So here's a couple of things that I know that Walt Disney World is doing for the opening starting July 11th. So on July 11th, it's going to be Disney's Magic Kingdom and Disney's Animal Kingdom on the 11th. And then Disney's Hollywood Studios and Epcot will open on July 15th. So what they're going to be doing, temperature checks. I mean, I think we kind of all knew that was going to happen. Temperature checks. They have hand washing stations and hand sanitizing stations all over the parks. I think they have 4,000 hand sanitizer stations. Just like put that in your brain. 4,000 hand sanitizer stations, which is like, it's insane. We already talked about the face coverings for if you are 2 and all the way up. So ages 2 and up. Then what I love that they're doing, there are locations in each of the theme parks where you can take a face covering break, which is kind of cool. Like I think in Magic Kingdom, there are 3 locations. Now, of course, you still have to social distance, but if you're just like, oh, I'm about to catch on fire and I just need to take a break, they have little spaces for you to go where you can safely social distance with your family and just be like, and take a break. And then obviously if you're eating a churro or you're drinking your Joffrey's coffee, then you can pull down your mask and take a little drink, you know. Okay, also, they're reducing capacity, so you're not gonna have as many people there. So that I think is a great idea. And that's all over the parks. That's in the queues, in the lines, in each of the attractions, in the lines for dining locations, in the lines really for anything. It's reduced capacity, physical distancing, so you're going to be 6 feet no matter what you're doing. Are you going into one of the retail shops? Yes, okay, 6 feet. There's gonna be social distancing there. You're gonna mobile order. They're doing all things mobile that they can right now, so that you mobile order and then you can just go in and get your food and remain 6 feet. All the tables are gonna be set up that way. Even the lines, even like I said, for going on the rides, for going on the attractions, the lines are gonna look different. I know that they are also installing plexiglass situations, like on Kilimanjaro safaris. They have plexiglass in between the rows on the safari ride. So there's going to be plexiglass probably at the hotels and then at the retail locations. They are basically vomiting health and safety protocols so that everyone can be safe, the cast members and the guests. So they are doing what they can. Even at the hotels, you're gonna have mobile check-in where you're gonna take your device and that's how you're gonna get in your room. You can use your mobile device if you want. They're cleaning the rooms more than they normally clean the rooms. Like they're wrapping your remote control. So they're doing all of these things, social distancing, all of the hand sanitizing stations. Those are going to be all throughout the hotel resorts as well. So they're doing everything they can. But again, I go back to my original point. If you just feel like, that's not for me, then you do you, and that is okay. If you're like, oh, it might be for me, so then there you go. Here are all the things that they are doing to keep the cast members safe, to keep us safe. And I think every day is going to be a learning curve for them and for all of us, really. I mean, none of us have ever gone through this before, so I think it's a learning thing for everyone. And we are a mask-wearing family. Again, this is not a mask debate. I'm just letting you know what we do. We are a mask-wearing family. So when we go, we are going to be wearing our masks. We are packing our own hand sanitizer. We pack sandwiches when we go normally, so we're going to be doing that. We're going to use their hand sanitizer. We're going to be practicing social distancing, physical distancing, and all of it's going to look a little different, but Walt Disney World and all of the Disney parks are committed to keeping the magic there. And speaking of, okay, so I know that you've probably heard, and maybe you didn't, that seeing the parades and the fireworks, it's kind of just a hiatus right now because they can't do that because of the crowds. So what I wanted to talk to you about, I wrote some notes because I want to make sure that I get this right. There are still going to be characters roaming around. And maybe it's not what you're used to where you go and do a character meet and greet, but now they're going to be doing all these cavalcades, really, where, cavalcade, why can I ever say that? Cavalcades, that's what I said. So it's going to be like if you're at Magic Kingdom and you're on the parade route that you would normally watch a parade, well, then you're going to see just different characters popping up. Like you might see Captain Jack Sparrow all of a sudden walking around over here in Adventureland. Then at Epcot, you're gonna see Queen Anna and Elsa maybe walking around World Showcase. Maybe it's Mickey or Minnie. And then over at Disney's Hollywood Studios, Pixar Animation Studios characters, they're going to appear randomly too, which I love. And it's the same in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios. So people are going to be, hey, look, there's Mickey over there and there's Minnie over there. And then the same with Animal Kingdom. You're going to see people sailing down Discovery, I say people, but characters, sailing down Discovery River. Maybe it's going to be Donald Duck, Daisy Duck, Pocahontas. So we're still going to get to see the characters, and they're going to be a part. And if I'm being kind of honest, which I always am, so I'm going to be fully honest, growing up at Disneyland, that's what the characters always did. They just sort of wandered around. And I know it's going to be different because you can't like and touch and all of that and stand in line and take your picture with a character right now, just right now, temporarily on hiatus. It's still going to be great to be able to see them. And I'm excited about that. So all of that to tell you that if you are interested in going to Walt Disney World, those are all the things that they're doing, and they're keeping the magic alive. And I had friends who are cast members who went yesterday. Yesterday and today were the cast member previews. And I've had many friends who have gone and they said, wow, like I felt really like overly clean by the time I was walking around, by the time I left, like, oh my goodness, I'm so clean. It's the same with the monorail. It's social distancing, all of the transportation, the buses, everything, social distancing, cleanliness, all of the health and safety protocols that they have implemented to me make me feel like if anywhere is going to be really safe to go, that's how I feel. Me, that's my choice for my family. That feels like they are doing what they can. I mean, come on. I'm in a grocery store or, like a Target or a Walmart. I don't mean to name names. I'm just speaking, generally speaking. When I go to any of those places, and you know how they now, if you have been to a store, you have the lines, like the arrows, like, okay, you have to go this way down this aisle way, and then this way on that aisle. No one's doing that. No one's doing that. Everyone's like, free for all. I'm wearing my mask. I'm not wearing a mask. Corona, is that you? No one's doing that. But you have to wear a mask at Disney. Again, how you feel is how you feel about the mask. But I'm going to be wearing a mask. I'm going to be physical and social distancing with everyone there. I love that they're doing it in the lines. I love that they're doing it in the dining locations. I love that they're doing it on the actual attractions. There's physical distancing. So I will be there with my family all day tomorrow. If you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all the things, the TikTok, I'm going to be posting everywhere. So if you are interested, please follow along. I would love for you to just see. I'm going to show you everything that they're doing, all of the safety measures that they're taking. And then we'll maybe even talk about it next week a little bit more than actually I've had the experience, so I can share that with you. So all of that to say, I have a little tote bag for you. When I went to Disney Springs, I saw this and I thought, holy cow, that is so stinking cute, isn't it? It's a Minnie tote bag. She is an icon, and my favorite character is Minnie Mouse. I love her so much. So I wanted to give one of you this super cute tote bag. And if this is your first time watching Coffee Convo Wednesday, this is how we do it. Or maybe you just have been away for a little while. Welcome back. This is how we do it. Comment Minnie. Yeah, Minnie Mouse. Comment Minnie and the name of the state where you're watching Coffee Convo Wednesday. And then we will pick a winner and we will announce it next week on the show. We also always put it in the comments, so you'll see on, this week's show next week, if that makes sense, who the winner is. And then don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, go to Facebook, you get a bonus entry, just one. If you're watching on Facebook, go to YouTube. Don't forget to click subscribe. You get a bonus entry. And yeah, look, I kind of want to show it a little closer. It's so cute, and it is. It's little sequins. It's so sparkly and cute. And just a tote bag. I don't know that I need to show you the inside. I think we all know what a tote bag looks like on the inside and the out, right? So good luck. Comment Minnie in the name of the state where you're watching Coffee Convo Wednesday. And then maybe you get to take this super cute tote bag home. I did think about keeping it. I'm not going to lie, y'all. But I didn't. I bought it for you. But I got myself a little mug set. I got these cute new mugs. One's a Minnie and one's Mickey. Maybe I'll use Mickey next week. But I chose Minnie because, she's my favorite. So thank you so much for being here. I hope that you're able to follow along with me tomorrow as we head to Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. I cannot wait. And I just can't wait to experience it and then come back. And of course, I'm going to bring you a present. So, I think you know me well enough by now. And if this is your first time, Anywhere I go, I always bring back a Prezi because that's how we roll here. So I can't wait to share everything with you. And again, thanks for having my back. Thanks for being a part of my family, my extended family here on Coffee Convo Wednesday. I appreciate it so much, and I love doing this show with you each and every week. So thank you so much for being here. You can follow me on all of the socials by just going to cindysimmons.com. And if you're on TikTok, hang out with me. It's I am Cindy Simmons. And please get on Instagram and make sure that we are friends on Instagram, because I am going to be doing lots of Insta stories. Maybe I should go live tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go live here on Facebook or YouTube and show you what's going on. But I definitely will be on Insta stories as well. So thank you so much. You can also reach me via email by going to cindysimmons.com if you want. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I think that's all I had to tell you. I think that's it. And spread joy and kindness like Nutella. Duh, can't leave without saying that. Have a great rest of your week. I will see you next week. Love you guys, and thanks for being awesome. Cheers. Bye.